An event I've been asked about a lot in the past and never really had answers for is treasure minting. So the reason for this is it's so high budget, and due to the nature of it being a slot machine, the variance is so high to get enough of a sample size to really see the averages of things like an average value of a minting scroll. And the thing that gets asked most commonly, in my experience, is how expensive are these premium castles and how much BD is it going to cost to actually unlock them. And after this iteration of the event, I finally feel like I have enough of a sample size to draw at least some conclusions from it and put out some, at worst, rough estimates of what to expect from this event if you're looking to invest into it. I don't think the event itself overly needs explaining. It's a slot machine. You have to create combinations of the same icon, and the higher rarity of those and the longer the chain, the more gold dragons you will get from that. Theoretically, normal minting and luxurious minting are the exact same, in that luxurious minting costs 10 times the amount of minting scrolls, but also has exactly 10 times the amount of rewards for the exact same combinations throughout the entirety of the slot machine. If you hit 5 in a row of Daenerys, you will win a jackpot. Jackpots are what you'll see down here. That is what you'll see scrolling across the top of the screen with those scrolling banners. They are, in my experience, very rare and very hard to get. In the data sample of what I have here for this video, there is over 1,500 spins of the slot machine there, and not one hit the jackpot. So I would realistically never approach this event expecting the jackpot, unless there's something I am missing and a way to rig the odds in your favor somehow. Percentages of you actually hitting it are so low, and you will realistically have to brute force it by just churning so much into the event to get more minting scrolls for it to be expensive no matter what. There will be outliers out there, of course, where people do get very lucky and hit it, but it is very rare. As I said, the main thing people look to get out of this event, or at least I have been asked questions about, are these premium castles. Before I totally move on to them, there are some things you can get for free in here at the lower price points that can be useful, particularly these coupons. So you see here there's 50 black diamonds coupon. Can be used when spending 50 black diamonds and can deduct up to 50 black diamonds. So what this means is you can buy this for 5,600 gold dragons, and you can discount a 50 black diamond pack to 0 BD and get it for free. And for alt accounts, for free-to-play players, this is a very good way of getting commanders. If you need things like Enzo or Theon for rebel leaders, this is, along with the Chronicler event, a very good way of getting them to grey rarity and improving them. Grinding them purely through this event will be difficult, however, because you can only buy one minting scroll per event with diamonds, and past that you'll only be able to buy them for black diamonds, 5 black diamonds per minting scroll, or 800 gold dragons in return for 1 minting scroll. So 800 gold dragons is an important thing to keep in mind, because if I bring up my data here, I'll quickly be able to see that the averages here for the luxurious column here and the normal column here are both below 800. Normal very significantly, and normal has a much higher sample size, because remember that luxurious uses 10 minting scrolls per spin. So whilst this has the most amount of tickets here, this is theoretically the equivalent sample size of 250 tickets being used on normal. And I will make that clear, everything here, all the conclusions drawn from this, are so up in the air according to variance. It is a slot machine. There is so much luck involved here. and it won't have fixed price points in any way because you can get really lucky and hit the jackpot. You can get really unlucky and just hit nothing over and over and over and over again. Particularly if you have that on Luxurious, variance there can be absolutely huge, as you can see in this overall black diamond cost for the castle skins here. When you start using smaller sample sizes, the results here between these two samples of data quadruple. Despite that though, there is the equivalent of, I think, $1,850 of minting scrolls here as a sample size, so this is why making a video on this event is so difficult, because getting sufficient sample size for it is so hard. That's the first conclusion. The average of one minting scroll for both Luxurious and normal here is slightly below 800. That means that buying minting scrolls with gold dragons and using them back in the slot machine will lose you gold dragons long term, as should be expected with gambling. That is how it works. It will always be rigged against you, and you should expect that. The next conclusions will be the costs of those premium castle skins. So for that, we're going to want to look at these far right columns, and right at the bottom are the averages here of all the data. So for the 1.6 million gold dragon castles, it's averaging here between 10.4k and 12k black diamonds to get them. And for the 2 million gold dragon castle skins, it's between 13k and 15k black diamonds there. So if you want to attach black diamond estimations to those castle skins, that is what you're roughly going to want to be using. So the boat, the only weakness skin, I'm surprised they haven't added a new equivalent of that at the 2 mil price bracket yet, since there's only one spear one so far and 3 inf ones, which is a bit odd. And Flaming Throne, they will cost you somewhere between 10 to 12k, depending on your luck. And Chalice, Majestic Holy City, and Castle of Triumph will cost you somewhere between 13 and 15,000 black diamonds. So it's very premium content, and I would advise staying far away from this unless you are investing huge amounts in one of the top accounts in the game or looking to become one of them. There will be, at price point, so many things that will just be better value, particularly if you have something like Sunken or anything that's at least decent like that. You still have a good castle skin, so the jump to something like this, while significant with synergy taken into account, does not justify that price point whatsoever. And thirdly, the final thing that I get asked quite often is, should I do Luxurious or normal with my spins if I'm chasing the castle skins? You can easily change it here with this normal to Luxurious tab at the top right. And as I said at the start, theoretically it should be the exact same, because everything is just times 10. You see here, Danny 2-chain at non-linear is 8,000 on Luxurious, 800 on normal, and everything is just multiplied by 10, just as the minting scrolls required is also multiplied up by 10. The data I have on the sample size does show Luxurious being slightly ahead, and again, I didn't win any jackpots in here, and it's also ahead on the average here of every single piece of input data on the right for normal, where I did in bulk of 200 for just a bigger sample size to see the variance. So the fact that the average here is above every single instance of 200, even though I do think it probably is the same for both, I would, if just wanting to be safe, stick with Luxurious if you're looking to chase those castle skins, because the data I have here at least does show it being a fair bit better with the data that I have.